All right, with all the gaming channels talking about this supposed Nintendo Direct coming up in September, which I do think is happening, but I'll get to my thoughts on it in a second. What games I think will be shown at this possible thing, and if I think it actually will happen when they say it will. But if you guys like this kind of video, please leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe, and click that bell button. And I just want to give a quick shout out to everybody that's been flocking over to my channel recently. I just hit 20,000 subs again. Never thought I'd get there this quick, but I want to do a quick video while my channel's getting all this traffic again, just so I can let my new subscribers know I'm not being lazy. I'm just waiting for my setup to get like completed so I can do better videos. Because as you guys can see, it's very cluttered back here, but I make do with what I have. But anyway, with that out of the way, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video. Now, there's a lot of channels that I've subscribed to, and a lot of people that I watch on this platform, and I don't want to say I take what they say with a grain of salt, but I never say for sure like, oh yeah, they're right. There's gonna be a Nintendo Direct on X date, but like it from what I've seen over the past few years with how Nintendo does things, it does make sense. There will be a Direct sometime this month, probably in like 2 weeks, because I believe Splatoon 3 comes out this Friday or something like that. It's sometime this week, I'm pretty sure, this coming week. Um, but I don't think they'll do it before then because that wouldn't make sense because that would derail the hype of Splatoon 3. So it'll be sometime um probably next week or the week after that. But whenever it is, games I think that will be shown is what I want to talk about it now, and then like at the end I'm going to talk about games I want to be shown. Because there's one game people haven't mentioned um, that I really think will be talked about because it's been delayed like 2 or 3 times already, and like I think they're going to talk about it because or just drop it then because they've delayed it so many times already. Because the game's already done because games that I've heard rumors about coming. Now, like I said, these are complete rumors. These aren't confirmed. I'm not confirming these, but I do want to mention these just in case. Um, I do have fans of mine that watch my channel and are looking for maybe for these games to be ported to the Switch. And I keep hearing rumors about it, and it's not the first time I've heard rumors. It's like the four thousandth time I've heard rumors about Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD, um, and a double pack type deal for like $60. That's what I've heard. But the thing about them releasing Zelda Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD on the Switch, the thing that people aren't thinking about is that they actually do it. There's two things. One, Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD utilized the Wii U gamepad a lot with the map and other stuff like inventory and stuff. I think you could do inventory on both games. It was either map or inventory. I don't remember. I think it might have just been the map. I don't remember because I barely played them. I had them, but I don't really remember what features the Wii U gamepad had. And a friend of mine brought that up recently, like why porting the Wii U versions wouldn't really work. So they probably have to like re-port the GameCube versions, honestly, to make them work um the way they were intended originally. Because honestly, like that is a good point that it wouldn't really work porting over the HD versions of those games. And honestly, the HD version of Twilight Princess looks kind of muddy and grainy a little bit, like especially during um like some of the like scenes in the game. It looks very um muddy and grainy. I'll put up some footage of like the trailers of each game so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Hopefully it doesn't degrade the quality so it doesn't look as bad or worse than it should. But to me, Twilight Princess always looked like super grainy during like certain cutscenes, like with the when he first transforms into the wolf and Twilight Princess. That looked really bad on the Wii U. It looked just really muddy and didn't look like true HD. It just looked like I don't know. It didn't look that good to me. But Wind Waker looked really good. And I don't know why that game got so much flack back in the day because that game was really fun. I didn't play it, but I know for a fact that it was a fun game because I watched my younger brother play it. So, and I played a little bit of it. The only part I didn't like about it was how much sailing there was, but they kind of mitigated that with the HD re-release because they give you some kind of turbo sail thing or something. So like they did mitigate that a little bit. So, but that game looks gorgeous in HD. Like the graphics really pop on that game. That game looked amazing in um in HD on the Wii U. That game actually did look really good, and I think since that people that speedrun that game moved over to that game. So those two games are like um two games that people say are going to be definitely announced. Now I'm not saying that because honestly, with how many times they've been rumored, I honestly don't think they're ever going to come to the Switch at this point. Like if they don't come by the end of the year, they're probably not going to come to this. Okay, literally while editing this video, I had thought of another game that they were probably going to show, and that's Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. I just I meant to talk about it, but I completely spaced on it. So I'm gonna throw this gameplay up like right here, the little gameplay trailer for it, and yeah, I completely forgot about that game being a thing. But I think it comes out sometime in October. So if there's a direct, it's definitely gonna be in there for sure because it's a pretty. I want to say it's pretty hyped. Um, so yeah, I totally spaced on that. My bad. While editing the video, I was like, crap, I forgot to mention the new Mario and Rabbids game. But there you go, guys. Back to the video. Twitch. The next game I think they're going to talk about is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. And the only reason I say that is because it's already got delayed to 2023, which isn't a huge deal. To me, it's not. I know people were kind of miffed about it, but it's not. Guys, it's not a huge deal. Just calm down about it. Like seriously, just because the game gets delayed doesn't mean like it's gonna be bad or whatever. Like they delay them because they need time to polish them and make them better. But the reason I think it's gonna be there is I think they're gonna actually title the game and because people just call it Breath of the Wild 2. They keep calling it the Breath of the Wild sequel, is what they keep calling it. They haven't called it like Breath of the Wild 2. That's what fans keep calling it. It's not called that officially. So it's probably going to have some kind of subtitle, like, I don't know, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wind. I don't know. Who knows? Or Breath of the Sky or something like that. Something weird because it deals with like sky travel, it looks like from the little teasers they've shown. So that's another thing I think will be there. Is like a true like story gameplay trailer maybe for I almost said Twilight Princess for Breath of the Wild 2. And possibly a release date sometime in spring probably. Maybe. I that's when I assume that it's gonna come out as the spring of 2023 at some point. I'm not saying that's confirmed. That's just what I'm thinking, but I could be wrong. No one else has said that, so you're getting that from me. Like that's what I'm thinking because it makes sense. That's when Breath of the Wild 1 was released, and that was the last game released on Wii U officially by Nintendo. I think there was a couple other games besides that, but I think that was the last big title released on the Wii U. I think was Breath of the Wild on the Wii U. Not to get off on a tangent here, but there you go. Um, so those games, I think, have a decent chance at being talked about. Like I said, Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. I just I don't know. I'm losing hope on it. Like my younger brother wants them ported to Switch. 'Cause we were just talking about that like a couple of weeks ago. I was like, oh, they need to port those. I don't want to buy you Wii U to play the HD versions. And I'm like, yeah, it's not really worth buying a Wii U just for 2 games, dude. Don't do it. Like the Wii U is a decent system, but like it just flopped because they didn't market it correctly. Um, but Breath of the Wild 2, I think, is definitely going to be talked about at this supposed Nintendo Direct. Now, another game that they haven't really mentioned a lot is the game that I talked about earlier being delayed, and that's Advance Wars Reboot Camp 1 and 2, or Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp, or whatever. However, the title's arranged. I'll put the trailer up so you guys can see it. I'm probably butchering the title, but I'm not into the Advance Wars games, but it looked interesting to me, and I kind of want to like try them out because it looks kind of cool, like turn-based elements and stuff like that. It looks kind of cool. Um, but they've delayed it because of the Russia-Ukraine stuff, and I think it's like time for Nintendo to just be like, okay, enough time has passed. Um, Sadly, that war doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon. So really, Nintendo's just basically holding on to this game for no reason at this point, besides still being like, I don't know the right word to say, like sensitive and careful about what they're releasing. Because yes, it would have been kind of a bad time to release like a wartime kind of game where the opposing place is like red and the other team is like blue. Like red is kind of like synonymous with like Russia and stuff. So it makes sense why they delayed it. I get it. Like then, but like, come on, they need to get this game out because people were looking forward to this game, and I think before they like do this direct, I think they need to like re-hype the game up because it was pretty hyped at the time of them announcing it. 'Cause a lot of people I was sub to and talking to, people were pretty hyped about it, and I think a lot of that hype has like since died down because no one has talked about it in a while because it kind of got pushed to the wayside because of the war in Ukraine and stuff like that. Which I'm not saying it wasn't good of Nintendo to do that. It was because it would have been very insensitive to release a game like that during a time of war with stuff being bombed and things like that. That wouldn't have been a good thing to do. But now I think is the time to do it. Yes, it's still going on. Yes, the war is still like pretty hot and rampant, and it doesn't really seem to be ending soon. So like delaying it any longer than it needs to be kind of seems pointless at this point. Not that I'm not saying that it's not good to be for Nintendo to be and other companies to be like semi supportive and sensitive about this stuff, but at a point you gotta just be like, okay, we gotta release this game because no one's gonna remember about it at this point if you don't do it soon. So that's another game I think might possibly probably get shadow dropped, honestly. And I'm not sure if it will get shadow dropped, if it'll get like a new date, or or whatever. I'm not sure. Um, Another game I think will possibly be talked about is Bayonetta 3. Now, I am not a Bayonetta fan. I've never played any of the Bayonetta games. They it's not that they don't look interesting to me, it's just that I never really wanted to like try them because I didn't really enjoy the Wii U. That's why I didn't. And I know they've been ported over to Switch. So I might get Bayonetta 1 and 2 to try them out. If you guys think I would like that game, like it to me it looks similar to like a God of War style game, like a hack and slash kind of game. Am I correct in that assumption? If I'm not, someone can correct me in the comments. But it does look very interesting to me, and maybe I should check them out. Let me know in the comments below if you guys think I should, and I will definitely look into checking those out. If I get enough people saying, "Yeah, what the hell's wrong with you? Why don't you check these games out?" Uh, but yeah, that will definitely be talked about because it's coming out in October. I don't remember the exact date. I think it was like early in October. I'm pretty sure, but I'm not positive. It was sometime in October. I know that, and it finally got dated not too long ago, which people were people were worried that game was gonna get like delayed and stuff. But I knew it was just getting worked on and delayed because like COVID and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, that's definitely gonna be talked about because that's like basically a month away. So that's another thing that's gonna be talked about. Now, another rumored game that's been heavily talked about is some kind of Metroid Prime remake or trilogy port remaster type deal. Now, honestly, and please, people in the comments, don't be mad at this hot take, I guess, on Metroid Prime and things. I never got into Metroid Prime or 2 or 3. And I know like the Wii trilogy is the better way to play um Metroid Prime because you can use the Wii motion controls and stuff. But I just never got into the whole Metroid Prime thing. Like the whole first person shooter Metroid thing never resonated with me. I'm not saying it was a bad game because we bought the first game and I'm not sure if my brother ever bought the other two, but I know he played the first one and he enjoyed it, and it looked like a cool game. I just sucked at it. I think that's why I didn't why it didn't grab me because I'm I'm bad at first person shooters to be honest. So maybe that's why it didn't like grab me. But the game itself, for a GameCube game, looks really good. Like it blows my mind that that game is a GameCube game. And even on the Wii, like it still looked really good. But that's been like heavily rumored that they're already done doing a Metroid Prime remake, and then they're gonna do like 2 and 3, just port those over. Which I kind of think is kind of weird, a weird way to do it. Like, why do a full-on remake of the first game and not just port over the trilogy? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like port the trilogy over. If they port the trilogy over, I will probably buy it and actually try to play those games again, or at least play the first one because I've never played the other two. Because I have played a little bit of Metroid Prime Hunters on DS. The only reason I struggled with that game is because it was hard for me to use touch controls with my cerebral palsy. With my because it was weird with like touch control games like that were like first person shooters like Dementium the Ward and other games like that. I would have trouble aiming because aiming would be done with swiping the screen with your stylus, and I would have to like hold the DS in a weird, uncomfortable way to make it work decently enough to where I could play the game. But I could never do it for that long because my hand would cramp up. So not to go off on a tangent here, but like 2 or 3 years ago, they re-released Dementium the Ward on 3DS, and they made it compatible with the little C nub, if you have a new 3DS XL or new 3DS, it has a little scene update, and that was useful looking. Because of that, I was actually able to beat that game. So that's that really helped me out having that feature added. Um, so if they do it, I hope they add like to that the right control stick would be like an aiming thing, or that you could use like motion controls with your Pro controller to aim, because then I'd be okay with it. But like if I have to use Joy Cons, like I can't hold both Joy Cons in my hands and use them, because I can't hold something straight in my left hand, because that's the hand that's mostly affected by my CP. So if they do it, I hope it's not going to be a like motion control heavy release. I don't think it will, because they didn't do that with Skyward Sword, so I don't think it will be. But hopefully, it's a port of the trilogy and not a remake. Um, but then people have also said that they might do a trailer for Metroid Prime 4. I don't think so, because they've delayed that game a while ago. They had to like scrap the whole development and restart it. So I don't think that's quite ready yet. So we're probably not going to get Metroid Prime 4 until 2024, I would say. People are being like overly optimistic, saying 2023, like near the end of 2023. But no, I don't see that happening, because like I said, with them restarting development and like just the development hell it's been in, it's nowhere close to being done. We might get like a trailer or a teaser for it, but I doubt it, because they basically shot themselves in the foot when they revealed it, when they first announced the Switch, because they they literally never showed any actual gameplay of the game ever, and then it just came on and said, "Oh, we're restarting development. Sorry, guys." Like that was literally it, and we were like, "Oh, okay." I didn't care, because, like I said, I wasn't a big fan of like Metroid Prime, but like people were pissed about that, and understandably, like that game was huge. It was a huge announcement when the Switch was announced. Um, but other than that, that's pretty much it. I don't think they'll talk about the new Pokemon games, because I think that'll be in its own direct in like early November. Because I forget when they come out, but they're not going to talk about those in a direct. They might offhandedly mention them, but I doubt they'll talk about them. Um, maybe they'll finally do the Switch Sports update for golf mode. I don't know where the hell that is. They said summertime. Nintendo, it's kind of getting close to fall, so where's my golf update? Damn it! I want to play golf on the freaking Switch. God, Nintendo Switch Sports is so much fun though. Um, I love that game. I play that game a lot. Um, but other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Like, the only game I wish would get announced that will probably never get announced for the Switch, but and I and I don't know why, is the Batman Arkham City and Asylum games, like the Batman Arkham games, basically, like for the Switch. Those would be perfect for the Nintendo Switch, because if you guys don't know, Arkham City got its own release on the Wii U as the Armored Edition. So like it's already been ported to the Wii U. So they easily could at least port Arkham City, which I know this might be like debatable with some people, but debatably I liked City better than Asylum. I never played the other one, so I can't really speak to that one. I heard it wasn't that good, but I don't know. But I loved it, City. Asylum was really good too, though. And I'm not even a big Batman fan, but that's a game I think needs to be ported to the Switch. Is the Batman Arkham series, because like why? Why is that not on the Switch? Hell, you put Arkham City on the Wii U, a failing console. Come on, at least give me Arkham City. Come on, give me that. Come on, Rocksteady, give me that. Just do it. I want to play the Arkham games again. If they don't, you know what? I'm just gonna buy the PS4 remasters at this point and just replay it again at some point. I don't know when, but I'm going to. Because it's been years since I played the Arkham games. But anyway, guys, I know this video was like 25 minutes long. It kind feels like it was longer than that, but it wasn't. But I talked for a while. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoy these kind of videos, um, when I get my setup done upstairs in my living room, yes, it's gonna be a living room setup for now. It's not gonna be permanent, but it's gonna be a for now thing. Um, I will be pumping out videos a lot more frequently and streaming a lot more. And if you guys want me to move over to Twitch, with streaming, please go follow me on Twitch. And the links for everything are going to be below in the description for my Twitch, my Facebook page, my Twitter, my Patreon. If you want to support me on Patreon, it really helps out the channel a lot. I only ask $1 a month. That's the lowest amount you can ask. I wish you could ask for like a penny a month because I don't think I deserve $1 a month. But there's a lot of people that support the channel, and it really means a lot to me, guys. Thank you guys for the ones who do. Your guys' names are scrolling across the screen right now. Thank you guys so much for supporting my channel. If you decide to support me, I really appreciate it. Really does help out the channel a lot. And hope you guys enjoyed this video. And let me know what games you want to see, or if you think my predictions or anything are going to be spot on, or you think where I'm getting my sources from. If you think they're wrong, let me know, and we can have a little debate in the comments. Looking forward to seeing your guys' comments. I read them all, so please leave a like and comment down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.